Again, this is phase 3, just to reiterate. It's a voluntary camp. We've been lucky, though. We've had great success with people showing up, and everybody's been here somewhere along the line doing their thing, and that's a positive. So look forward to just keep getting better within the rules that we're given. There's no contact and so on, so you guys kind of know how that rolls. But you still get a lot of work done. And I like the way our guys are going about it, especially our young guys. They're great introduction for them as they get into this. As far as Reid goes, we're aware of the situation. The league's aware of it. We've talked to the league. We get it. And as far as any further ado to that, there's been no talk about anything further. We're moving forward just normal as we go here. When he gets back, we got to get him caught up and doing what he needs to do. But again, and then to make sure he gets it. It's not an easy thing he's going through. So life lessons are important, but we're all given chances to learn, and so he's in that position now. I think I've covered it. You guys, time's yours.
Question, Coach. Just following up on that. Do you and does the team do you all still trust Reid with his judgment making?
Yeah, I was just going to leave it with what I said there. Yeah, I mean, I know lessons can be learned, and that's important.
Regarding the knee with Reid and not the off-the-field issues, how did that him needing that cleanup procedure, and do you expect him to be ready by camp?
Yeah, so we think he'll be ready for camp as we go forward. We'll just see how it goes. He's been in communication with Rick, and he knows the rehab that he can do there, and I think they're keeping an eye on him, as far as any possible infection goes.
Coach, speaking about potentially being ready for camp, obviously the big one, Patrick Mahomes, 2 days of workouts on the field out there. How's he looking to you, and how encouraged are you by his progress?
Yeah, Herbie, I like what I've seen. He's working hard. This is good for him. I mean, getting out there and throwing, it's good rehab as he, continued rehab, so he keeps a feel with the receivers where he's doing partial practice, but it's important. It's important to keep his timing up. But he's busted his tail to put himself in this position. Most guys wouldn't even be able to do this, but he's put himself in that position. And I know we've got good communication with the doctors, and they keep a close eye on it and what's real and what's not real. So, and then we listen to them.
To finish on injuries, Hicks and Worthy were non-contact and normally allowed without a helmet. I was wondering if you updates on each guy.
Yeah, I normally don't do injuries during this, so but they had a procedure done, so we keep them where their doctors want them, non-contact.
I know we've asked before a little bit about some of the new, or in Eric's case, and Old Face coming back, but some of the new offensive coaches. Now you've had a little bit more time with him. You've seen some more stuff on the field. So what are your thoughts about kind of what they bring, and it's different, better, whatever?
Yeah. No, listen, I like the old coaches' job, so I don't want to slight them, but it's good to have these guys in there. They've got some experience at their spots, and they're challenging the guys with fundamentals and techniques, the thing they can get done now. DeMarco's case, he's been there as a player. He's got a good relationship with EB. EB also knows that spot like the back of his hand. So, and then as far as Chad goes, Chad is got 24 years in this league, so he's got a lot of experience and coached a lot of really good players, and so it's good to have him in that spot, in that room. And then EB brings great energy. I mean, he knows everything. He's got it all down, and he can coach any spot, and he does a great job with it.
Andy, for this week's practices, did you feel like there was anything you had to do to adjust for Patrick's participation, and just what was the thought process of just not having him a part of it?
Yeah, Nate, so we just keep
The team portion.
Yeah, we just keep him out of the team portion. Other than that, he's doing a good job with everything else. So he can travel under center as long as I just don't want him in any area where there might be a sweep coming, the jet sweep action or something of that sort. So we kind of keep him out of those those situations.
How beneficial
Yeah, you know what? He's really doing a nice job. It's great for him to be able to detail things, and he's working like crazy at it. And I think he feels more comfortable now. You know, he had a couple things cleaned out there, so he's feeling good about that, and I think he's in a good spot. We just don't want to take any steps back. You know.
Andy, progress report just on two guys, Simple and Jalen Roy. Just what you see from them.
Yeah, so they're rotating in with the first group, and with Rasheed not here, it gives Jalen some great reps. You know, at the wide receiver position, he's strong. He looks strong out here and running well and that whole deal. So it's good. It's great for him. It's great for him to and the quarterbacks to see what he's all about on repeated reps. Issa, you can tell he really worked this offseason, and he looks strong out there. He's a smart kid when you get to know him. He doesn't have a ton of experience, but he's a smart kid, and he gets it. So he's getting reps in there with the starters and kind of rotating in. Andy does a nice job of rotating those guys at guard and tackle. So, yeah.
We'll go around the room here. Let's start with Vahe. Go ahead, Vahe.
Andy, I'm sure you're not surprised by Patrick's determination to get back, but I wonder if you thought he'd be this advanced in those first few days after the injury.
Yeah, I don't put anything past him, so I don't want to tell you. And I think everybody's different in how you go about, you approach it, and so but I wouldn't put it past where he's at, and I don't judge it. I just, people say, is he ahead of schedule? And I'm not, like, who made the schedule, right? So everybody's different, and the way he goes about it is different. He and Julie have spent a ton of time working together, and she's tough on him now, man. I mean, she puts him through the ropes there. So, and he's willing to come back. Half the battle, I think, on that, besides the healing part, right? Half the battle is trusting the person that's doing the rehab with you, and then showing up the next day. And it doesn't necessarily feel good, but if you keep coming, it works out okay.
And you feel like he's learned or been disciplined about the restraint he needs? I mean, because I'm sure it's tempting for him to overdo it.
Yeah, because she gauges that, so she knows when to back him down, and I mean, he'll stay here and do anything. So she knows how to gauge him and what to do. He misses nothing. He saw Matt out there with a boot on, and he right away, huh? he was worried about you.
Harold.
Rookies had their own spot, but now they're kind of ingraining themselves with the veterans. How do you think that's progressed? And also, Kenneth Walker, how do you feel he's just fitting into the fold?
Yeah, you know what? He's doing a good job. He's got a ton of energy, and you can tell he loves to play the game, wants to learn what we're doing here. He's coming from a great program, so he gets it. It takes work to be good, and he's willing to do that. Stronger than Knox. I mean, he's put together now.
Also, with the rookies ingraining themselves with the veterans, how's that process?
Yeah, it's been good. It's a good rookie class, it looks like. So they're able to. They've got an aptitude to them where you can tell them something once and they get it, as opposed to having to repeat and repeat and repeat. So they seem to be pretty sharp kids.
Nick.
Yeah, Andy, when you look at the running back room collectively, what's kind of stood out and jumped out at you through the first 3 days?
Yeah, you've got that. You've got a nice mix of a couple of veteran guys that have been there, done it, and then you got this influx of young guys that are just eager and to learn. And I think that's healthy. So there's going to be pretty good competition, I think, amongst those guys for that final roster spot there.
Herbie.
Coach, with Mahomes not working with teams, you're getting a really good look at Justin Fields with the first team. What are some of your impressions so far? Has he done anything that surprises you?
Yeah, very smart and a hard worker and very calm. Like he's a cool cucumber, man. Right? He gets it. And he's been there. You can tell he's been there. again, he's trying to work on all the ball actions that we're doing, play action stuff that we're doing that might be a little bit different. Some of the drops, trying to fit them in with the receivers. He doesn't know all these receivers yet, so he's getting to know these guys, and so he can stay on time with them. But I like what I see. Extremely smart, though. I mean, he's sharp.
Sam?
Yeah, a couple things. Amy, I just don't want to assume anything based on your opening statement, but your anticipation is that Rasheed's not going to be facing any discipline. Is that what you're saying from the league?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know that. I know he's done some things already that he's got to take care of, so that we're giving to him. But I haven't heard anything. No, we're kind of moving forward.
And then the second thing is with some of the coaches, and not a commentary on last year's coaches, but Chad seems to have a lot of energy out there, and obviously you know EB's energy. Do you feel that at practice every day?
Yeah, you notice it. Yeah, I think they love what they're doing. I think all of them they love what they're doing, and they're not afraid to express that. The players feel it. I think that's healthy, and I think that discipline on offense is very, very important. That you maintain that and incorporate that into the structure of what you're doing as far as running plays.
We'll go last three. Steve, go ahead. Oh, you good? Good, Darren?
Coach, well, going back to the rookies, Cyrus Allen in particular, because I know he was in office, talking to him before the draft, he said he is someone who wants to make sure he knows the X, Y, and Z position. Obviously, with the reps that he's able to get now, what have you seen from him thus far?
Yeah,
The retention of the rookies with the playbook.
He's doing a nice job with that, actually. So it's a good question. He's got a good feel for the three spots there, from whether it's inside or the two outside spots, and the Y is the tight end, by the way. Just make sure. All right. Detail your work, man. Zebra is the inside guy. All right. So yeah. All right. Well, he's doing a nice job with it.
Nate?
Andy, when you guys aren't on the practice field before this week, you talked before about the participation obviously being high. Just what have you noticed from your core leaders, Chris, Travis, Patrick, about what they're trying to imprint to the rest of the guys for this upcoming season?
Yeah, Nick Bolton, another one. I mean, these guys that have been there and done it. Drew is part of that too. He's been around a long time. So, and there are others, Reid and Trey. I mean, they know what it takes and the discipline that it takes. So, between all those guys, they're not afraid to express that and work. Get them to continue to work.
Last one, Neil Jones. You still?
Coach, how has OTAs changed for you guys over the years, and has this one got a little more juice because of the way last year ended?
I don't know. I think they've all, when they come back, they're always a little bit juiced up for phase 3, beginning of phase 3. I've liked the turnout we've had. It's probably one of the better turnouts we've had, so that's important. And I like that energy. And I don't know if it's, I don't harp on last year and all that. That's past. We're moving forward. You learn from it and you go. One great thing about the NFL, man, is every year is a little bit different, and you better approach it that way and maximize yourself for that year.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Patrick, how you feeling? How did it go out there?
It was good, it's good to be back on the field and just be with the guys. I think more than anything, when you're some of those days you're rehabbing, you're kind of here by yourself or with a couple of the other guys, and you kind of get that juice whenever everyone gets back in the building. So it was good to be out there and be able to take part in a little bit of the practice.
How are you doing with the brace?
I wore a brace in college, so I'm on the same knee, and so it's not too different than what I've felt before, and so now it's just kind of just getting adjusted to it. But obviously, I'm not like running and cutting and doing all that stuff in it yet, so that'll get another adjustment period at some point. But it's good to get these reps now, so I can kind of speed that adjustment period along.
Obviously, the goal for you is still week number 1 for you, correct?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as a competitor, I want to be out there with my guys, but I know that's still a long ways away, and so all I can do is just execute the day and do whatever I can to be better that day. And so we've done that up until now, and we've kind of set these checkpoints and these goals of like where I want to be at, and I've gotten to those. And so now I just got to continue to do that at the right pace.
People talk about your competitiveness, but what's a normal day, week look like for you? Because they talk about you being up there all the time. So what's like a normal 9 to 5, Monday through Friday looking like for you?
Yeah, I mean, right now, with the practices, it gets a little bit longer. But I mean, you come in early in the morning, you rehab and kind of get everything moving around. Then you go to meetings. You come down, you warm up before practice, go to practice, and then you come out of practice. Usually I'd be rehabbing right now. Brad's got me in here. But then you go to meetings again, and then you end up going and rehabbing after, and then I go home and then chase kids around until I fall asleep.
Finally, during your golf thing, did you do any recruiting when you were out there?
I didn't do much recruiting. I leave that to Veach and the guys. I think we recruit ourselves just by who we are. So I like having veterans around and guys like that at that tournament, and they're the only guys that can get off work that week. And so there were some good football players there, but I didn't do any recruiting in that standpoint. I think I leave that to Veach and the guys.
Patrick, obviously you're going to have some physical stuff you want to get through. You mentioned just cutting and stuff. What sort of mental stuff do you want to get through over the next couple of months before you'll feel mentally ready for it?
Yeah, I think it comes at a pace. I think this first step was getting the 7-on-7, and for me, it's more of just seeing the defense. I've been a long time of not being out there and seeing the plays develop, the defense out there, and so it's been good to see that. Just even if I'm just from the pocket and stuff like that. And then the next step will be getting with team and getting under center and stuff like that. But we'll kind of progress to that, and then they'll be going out there and playing, being live and with the guys, and then eventually you get the games. And so it's a process. You have to stay a part of it, and I've kind of learned that all I can do is be great that day. And if I continue to be great every single day, then I can get to those goals. That I can get the opportunity to be out there on the field.
And you mentioned checkpoints. Obviously 7-on-7 today, no 11-on-11. Is it feasible for you maybe to participate in 11-on-11 at the start of training camp, or is that a goal that'll be midway?
I mean, it's kind of, we'll see. Like, you kind of have like these like week to 2 week kind of checkpoints where I got to get to. So I think the biggest thing for me now is kind of getting to the running and cutting, and I've started that stuff. But until I'm able to protect myself and go out there and be there, they're gonna keep me safe and not let me have the opportunity as much as I want to be out there. But I think if I can continue to do this stuff the right way, that's the hope, for me at least. And so all I can do is execute this next checkpoint of getting that cutting, being able to protect myself, prove to Julie and Rick and those guys and Dr. Cooper that I can protect myself. Then they'll let me go out there and be a part of the team drills, and then that'll progress into games.
Patrick, how much of a comfort is it to have Julie be sort of part of this process? Obviously, she's been traveling with you as well. And what are the ways that she's sort of tried to both push you and encourage you? It's sort of I feel like it's a yo-yo effect at times.
Yeah, it's a lot like just, I've known her for so long, and I trust her so much. It's kind of like when I train with Bobby, or even when I'm at home with Brittany, they know how to like push me whenever I don't feel like doing the work. And so Julie has a great feel with, I mean, there's days you come in, you're tired, I mean, you're sore and you're stuff like that, but she's going to make sure I finish the entire workout, and I'm going to do it the right way. And you got to have someone that's going to push you like that, that's not scared to push you even when you're not feeling great. And she does that, and she knows when to kind of pull back on some days. She can tell how I'm working out, if I need to pull back, or how I'm feeling. And so just having the ultimate trust that she's going to do that, it lets me just go out there and just work and not have to think about, am I doing too much, am I doing not enough? And knowing that she's talked to Dr. Cooper, she's talked to Rick, she's talked to everybody, and she knows what she's doing. And so definitely a big advantage for me having her in the building.
What adjustments have you had to make while you've been out here and you're in the brace and everything? Is there a big adjustment, or is it just
I told Coach Reid I think it's helping me a little bit because I can't move around, so it's kind of settling my feet down. It's kind of like when I hurt my ankle. Sometimes it's like I can't scramble and I can't do these things, so it makes me sit in the pocket and go through the reads and do that stuff. So I'm gonna try to use it to my advantage. Like it's stuff that I can get better at as progressing through the entire concept and stuff like that. And I don't have the ability to scramble and do that stuff right now, and so it should help me in those things. That hopefully whenever I get that ability back, I still will go through the progressions at a higher rate than I've done in the past.
Coach, you talked about EB being back out there, the energy, picked up.
Yeah.
Having him back in your headset.
Yeah, no, there's just a standard that you have to practice with and you have to play with, and he's going to hold you to that standard no matter who you are, from the first guy to the 90th guy right now. He's going to hold you to that standard, and I think that's something that it's hard to replicate. I think that's the best way to say it, and he has brought in a lot of concepts and a lot of things that I've really liked that we've added in now, and so I think it's good to kind of have him back in the building, having that energy back. A lot of these guys haven't had a EB, and so they understand it. And but honestly, I think it's been cool. They're really receptive of it, and even though it's hard, I mean, there's hard days. They know why we're doing it. I think it's kind of, you can see it, the guys, and they want to be great and they want to be better than we were last year. And so we've had a good start to these OTAs, and we just got to keep pushing through it.
For the guys that haven't had an EB, what was your message to them? Like what to expect about it?
I mean, they still haven't seen EB yet. You know what I mean? Like he's I'm not gonna say he's taking it easy. He's still pushing the guys, but he holds them to a standard. They haven't had those days because it's usually training camp when guys get tired and they lose kind of that will to kind of finish and to kind of do all the exact right things, and that's when EB is gonna hold you to that standard. And so we haven't gotten to there yet, but as long as you keep having good practices, we can prolong that as long as possible. But I love it, man. I truly do, and I think you can feel it even in the meeting rooms, like the way he carries himself with the confidence that he carries himself with. I think it really focuses you in on what you're learning, the little details of things, and so it's been exciting to me. That first meeting had me run through a brick wall, man. It had me ready to go.
Go ahead.
Patrick, rehab can be, emotionally kind of demanding for a lot of people. Have you had challenges that way, like anybody else, in terms of just finding the juice?
Not necessarily as finding the juice. I think it's just, especially at the beginning, there was things that I wanted to do that I couldn't do yet, and so those days were hard. But I always look back at the week. We will take some videos, and I look back at the week prior, and I'm making progress. I think as long as I'm making progress, I have to continue to just do that. And so even though it might not be the perfect thing to do, I have to just keep reminding myself that I am making progress, I am getting better, and you got to push yourself through those days. It's not always perfect, it's hard days, and you got to push yourself through because the end goal is where you're trying to get to, and I think that's just kind of how I am.
And just in the days right after the injury, would you have pictured being this advanced at this point, or maybe you didn't set any limitation or expectation?
Yeah, I wanted to play, so I don't want to miss games as much as possible. I know it's not all in my control. It's in God's control at some point, but I'm going to give myself a chance by the way I work to be the best I can be. And so I'm in a good spot now compared to where some people thought, but I thought I was going to be here. So it's just doing what I'm supposed to do every single day, and then hopefully that gives me the chance to be out there with the guys whenever we start the season.
We got time for a few more guys. Go ahead, Jesse.
Hey, Patrick, you said in January your goal was week 1 back. We've had a few more months now.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts now?
Yeah, that's always going to be the goal. I don't want to miss games. As a competitor, as a football player, I want to be there. I know, like I said, I know it's still a long ways away. I can't predict the future, and so all I can do is be great today and then continue to be great tomorrow. But I've gotten to where I've gotten to because of that mindset, and the goal at the end, the very far end, is to be ready and to be able to go out there and play with the guys week 1 at Arrowhead. But I gotta take it day by day.
Matt,
As far as getting there, being out there with the guys, you have a history of coming back from injuries faster than expected. With this and just being a football player, what's the difference between your body being 100% and you feeling 100%?
I don't know. I'm be honest with you. I know that whenever I get out there on the field and I feel like I can be Patrick Mahomes, I'll be Patrick Mahomes. There's no I've never not felt like I'm 100%. Even when I have a sprained ankle, I feel like I'm 100% of what I can be. And so I'm going to have that mindset when I go on the field. And when I get on the field, I'm going to be myself. I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to lay it all on the line for my guys and my teammates.
last two, Herbie and then Sam. Go ahead, Herbie.
Patrick, you've got another Super Bowl MVP in the offensive huddle now, along with yourself. What are your impressions so far of Kenneth Walker?
I mean, he's a great. First off, he's a great dude. I think that's the first thing I noticed. Like you can tell he truly cares about football. He cares about his teammates. If he's not in the play, he's helping the guys on the sideline, and he's trying to learn and asking me questions and doing those things. And then he's a great football player. I mean, even from what y'all saw today, like it's special the way he's able to run the football, catch the football, do everything. And I said I'm kind of built like him, but not just like built like him yet. But he's gonna help. He's gonna help us a lot on this team by his mindset and the football player that he is.
Sam, last one.
Patrick, you mentioned just the not being able to move has kind of forced you to. Was that something I assume you work on it every offseason? Was that already going to be a point of emphasis this offseason?
It always is to me because that's something that I've been able to move a lot, so it's helped me. I've made a lot of big plays happening, scrambling and doing that stuff. But as a quarterback, and especially as you continue to get older, you want to be able to make plays from within the pocket and throw it to the right guys and let these guys make plays. And that was going to be something that I continue to work at. But now I have no choice. Like, if it's not there, I'm not able to scramble, so I got to get through my reads and throw it to the right guy. And so I've seen progress to that even in these first 3 days. Is like one times I might have scrambled and tried to make a crazy play happen. I've kind of just stayed in the pocket, got through the reads, and hit the appropriate guy. And I'm hoping that helps me out whenever I'm able to scramble and do those things again.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you.
Makes you so impressed that he's out there, and he said his goal's ready to be for week 1. What have you just been impressed by?
Talking about Patrick?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing not to be impressed about, man. Obviously, one of the best competitors I've ever been around, a guy who takes the game seriously, a student of the game, but also one of the best leaders I've been around, does things the right way, a great leader of men, and someone that really wants to be great. So nothing surprised me in terms of what he does every single day.
Is that contagious to the rest of the team?
100%. When you have a guy that you guys can band around, a cohesive leader for the unit, it definitely helps out tremendously.
Trey, we talked to Patrick, but for the players who haven't been here, you, of course, when you got here, Eric Bieniemy West, the offensive coordinator, what have you had a chance to tell some of your newer teammates that haven't had a chance to be coached or yelled by EB?
Get it together, or he'll get you together. The thing about EB, man, he's going to bring the energy, the passion, and juice, and the intensity that we need. And he wants you to be great as a player. And that's the thing. He's going to coach you hard, but you understand it's coming out of a place of love because he sees potential and passion in what you do, and he just wants to see. He wants you to be great.
Not taking anything away from Nagy, but was that something that you feel like may have been missing over the last 3 years?
Oh, man, Coach Nagy was great, man. Nagy's brought the juice every single day. It was honestly a pleasure to be able to work with him, a great offensive mind as well. And, we're excited to have EB, but it was great to work with Coach Nagy as well.
Trey, you played through the back injury last year, and there's always little dings. How are you feeling right now going into camp? And did the offseason help you as far as just kind of restore yourself?
Yeah, definitely ready to go back to work. Just understand, the more years you go up, the more age, you miles you put on your body. That's on me as a professional to make sure I'm ready and good and to go. And, in terms of recovery and things of that nature, just keep stepping up my game. As the years keep progressing, if I keep evolving in my game, recovery has to keep evolving. And I think back to Joe Tooney telling me at a young age, just hey, man, I realized at an early age, if I didn't stretch every day, if I didn't do these things, I wouldn't be playing offensive line very long. So just trying to learn and add more things in my toolbox so I have more longevity as I keep playing.
Trey, we saw you get a lot of reps today with next to Isapole.
Yeah, Essa's been doing a phenomenal job, man, growing his knowledge of the game, coming to work every day. Essa brings the energy, man. He's a fun guy to be around, a fun young guy to be around. All of our tackles are doing a great job right now, and, just looking forward to playing.
With EB and Kenneth, in the fold too, with that new running back group, and it seems like there's gonna be a little more focus on the run game, especially with Patrick's condition the first couple of weeks. How excited are you for, knowing that, you might be a little more run focused this year, and how excited is that permeated across the offensive line?
Yeah, man. Every single year we want to establish run. We want to be great at runs, so that doesn't change. But definitely excited to work with K9 Kenneth. He's awesome, man. Another West Tennessee native, so that's cool. Have one of those guys back there. I know he's tough. But man, it's a pleasure, man. I'm really excited just to get going, to get this offense progressing.
Couple more.
How much of what the way last season, how much of that is driving you and a bunch of your teammates?
Yeah, every single day. I mean, I hadn't experienced that in the NFL, and we've had a great run of success, and we have an objective and goal every single year we step onto the field, and for us, we fell short of those goals, and so for us, it's how do we get back to that winning culture and where we want to be at the end of the year, hoisting the Lombardi Trophy.
We'll go last three. Pete, Todd, me.
So far, what have you seen from Ken Walker, and how do you feel like maybe he's going to boost what you guys are able to do in the run game this year?
Yeah, just being a professional, man, just hungry to learn our system, just wanting to be great, man. I feel like he has an excellent job, phenomenal job of just going in there, going hard, wanting to be taught, willing to be coached. And like I said, I'm really excited to block for him. Being a former MVP, it's a really cool thing to be able to have a running back like that. We also have a great running back room in general. D. Ricardo, Trey Smith, a couple rookies that we have as well. Just a phenomenal group of guys. Coach Murray doing a phenomenal job coaching them up, man. It's just an exciting group to be around.
I wanted to ask you about Kenneth too. Is he someone you had watched and admired before? And then can you really get a real feel for what it's going to be like to block for him until you get to the
Yeah, I mean, you don't really feel football until it's football. You don't know that until 9-7 and training camp at St. Joe's, and then the first game of the year, and then even a couple weeks on, so you start progressing and get different feels. But I think it's awesome, just the entire group itself, being able to talk to them. I think a big thing is just seeing how they see it. The offensive line is a cohesive unit, 5 guys, the same set of eyes, right? And being on the same page requires reps and time and attention. And, over time, we'll get that feel, and I'm just really excited about the opportunity.
Last one, Nate.
Trey, when you went from being a rookie, it's so much about the pre-draft, and then you feel like you're trying to learn a ton, and play as a rookie. How much difference is it going from year 1 to year 2, and is that what maybe excites you most about the potential of what Josh is able to do coming back from his own injury at left tackle?
Yeah, year 1's a blur. You're trying to hold on, but everything's flying at you, man. You go from, you had a whole college season straight into draft prep, and now you're into a whole new organization, a whole new city, a whole new town, a whole new group of people, coaches, etc. So you're really just trying to grasp everything you can while it's going a million miles per hour, and next thing you know, it's over for the first year. But I think the beauty of it is that first year, you start to really build up your football acumen, and in that second year, the game starts to slow down a little bit. So naturally, you're going to progress, and I love Josh Simmons, man. I love what he's doing. Kingsley Suamatia, he's doing a phenomenal job as well. And, the game is going to keep slowing down for him as they get more reps and more actual game experience. So just really excited about their development. Coach Heck, Coach Matei, they do a phenomenal job developing players, man, and it's a great system, and they're going to be great.
Thanks, Trey.
Yep. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.